A high-profile Republican actor has compared former President Donald Trump to Jesus Christ.
Believe that the man that can help this nation, the one man that was ridiculed, destroyed as Jesus, Trump, can come back and save the American dream for all and make America great with the dignity, with the power of who she is. The land of freedom, God's land, God's glory, the USA.
So that's John Voight. And look, the guy's a Hollywood legend, but he's there comparing Donald Trump to Jesus Christ, and I couldn't think of a worse comparison. Any actual Christian should be insulted that this doughy, orange, alleged billionaire rapist, and by the way, I mean alleged billionaire, because he's a confirmed rapist, okay, can be compared to someone who in the Bible gave away all of his worldly possessions, healed the sick, welcomed the immigrant, and preached about loving your neighbor. I mean, and yet that's exactly what they're doing, okay? They're propping him up as some sort of martyr destined to save this country. He didn't save this country. He had 4 years to do something, and what did he do? Tried as hard as he could to stuff as much of our taxpayer money into his own pockets. That's what he did. Look, he also tried to steal an election and failed, thankfully. But look, the only thing that Donald Trump is actually trying to save is himself from financial ruin or worse, prison time, because he is a lifelong career criminal. This is insane. Now, that said, Trump sees it and he immediately reposts it, of course, because it feeds into his bizarre persecution complex. Now, these statements, by the way, look, apparently that John Voight is one of their answers to Taylor Swift. At least if you ask a Trump booster going by the name of Jack Posobiec.
We don't have a Taylor Swift on our side, but you know who we have? We have Kid Rock, we have Ted Nugent, we have influencers, right? We have all these people, John Voight, we have people that can come out and use their audiences, number one. And I want an army of Scott Presslers at every Kid Rock event and every Ted Nugent event. And I hope, by the way, and I need to talk to those guys about this because I've got this idea that maybe we even ask them, you guys mind doing a little tour later this year? Are you doing anything this fall?
Yes. You know, they're planning out to bring out the superstars. You know, who's next? Scott Baio? Kevin Sorbo? I'm pretty sure his, schedule is fairly clear. Look, I'm not a Swiftie, all right? But when it comes down to it, yeah, I'm with her. Okay? Good luck with Ted Nugent, all right? But here's the thing. When it comes to Trump, it's not star power. Well, maybe it is. Okay? It's a cult of personality. But when it comes to this election, and when it comes to Democrats, it's not star power, okay? There's a big difference here between the current left and the current right. There is no group of Biden voters who are likening him to a savior, okay? A lot of Biden voters have issues with him. And look, I know that there's a lot of Democrats who were, consider themselves to be moderate, whatever, that were very angry at Bernie Sanders. And they would always make this, oh, Saint Bernie. Look, I was a Bernie Sanders supporter, hardcore Bernie Sanders supporter. And you know what? The man, we've always seen him as fallible. In fact, he gets criticized by the left all the time, okay? There is no one on the left that thought of Bernie Sanders as a savior. Bernie Sanders didn't think of himself as a savior. Again, the whole idea was a political revolution made up of young people turning out to vote. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and it just shows you how that phenomenon does not exist on the left, okay? And so the left does not turn people into saviors. It doesn't idolize people the way that the right wing seems to do all the time. And again, that's an example of it. Look, younger voters actually would love someone else to run other than Joe Biden, okay? Look, a lot of them are very critical of what's going on in the Middle East. And of course, you have Arab voters in important swing states like Michigan, for example, that may very well sit out. They say, we're not going to vote for this. We're not going to vote for Joe Biden as long as he's, allowing the right-wing Israeli government to continue bombing the hell out of Gaza. So that said, you have a lot of people in the Democratic Party on the left that are not comparing Joe Biden or anyone on the left to a deity. But on the right, here you have so many people. This is not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. We have right-wingers that are like, he is like Jesus. He is the non-Jesus. He's going to save us all. No. Look, I think we as Americans have gotten, unfortunately, used to right-wing religious craziness infecting our politics. Okay? But people in other countries, they've got to be looking at us, at our political system, most powerful country on earth, and are like, are you freaking serious? What are you guys doing over there in America? What's going on here? Now getting back to, of course, the apparently the trifecta to counter Taylor Swift, right? A bunch of older white men. Again, Biden apparently has Taylor Swift. And that actually is a microcosm, a reflection of how the demographics look to be shaping up for this next election. In fact, there's a new Quinnipiac University poll of registered voters, which shows a significant gender gap growing between Biden and Trump. Biden holds a slight lead over Trump in Wednesday's 2024 presidential election poll, 50 to 44%. That is because of women. More women said that they would support Biden over Trump in the latest survey, with 58% backing Biden, 36% backing Trump. Last month, that same outlet, Quinnipiac, found 53% of women supported Biden compared to 41% for Trump. And so those numbers, huge boost for Joe Biden. Now you look at men, they're going overwhelmingly for Trump, 53% compared to 42% for Biden. Now, Quinnipiac University polling analyst Tim Malloy said in a statement, the gender demographic tells a story to keep an eye on. Propelled by female voters in just the past few weeks, the head-to-head tie with Trump morphs into a modest lead for Biden. So, there it is. The right wing has, unfortunately, more men, super religious people who are deifying Trump, and a few musicians and washed-up actors. And again, you have this weird cult of personality surrounding Trump, which is morphed into like a religious thing. Orange Jesus.